So we just got back from the update 8.5 stage, I believe, and I come bearing both good news, but also in a way, actually, it's more bad news, but also in a way, good news in today's video. And my voice is a little bit gloomy because it's pretty heavy. By the way, guys, if you aren't subscribed yet, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. Our goal is to eventually get to 100k subscribers. So yeah, don't forget to like and sub. Let's get this video started. So basically, the gist of what we're going to talk about in today's video is a lot about the remodels. And this is going to most likely be like DMCA part 2 of AV, because I already talked about the DMCA situation with JGK and how, you know, some JGK units already have, as you guys can see right here, like remodels. But the thing is, we didn't know that it wasn't just the JGK units back then. But now, with the stage, we got confirmation that it's going to be, and yes, it's basically confirmed in the update 8.5 stage. To cut the gist of it and to cut the long story short, that every single model moving forward will be remodeled. So Dio Over Heaven will not look one-to-one with Dio Over Heaven. He won't be exactly a copy of Dio Over Heaven anymore, and any future units that's going to be releasing will no longer be looking like those units. And yes, this is a little bit painful for us that wants the anime Vanguards to just be purely anime one-to-one models. That's what everybody wants. But it's not all bad news. There's also some good news to it. But before I move on with this video, I want you guys to hear what the developers actually had to say about this on stage. By the way, huge kudos and props to the developers for being very, very open with these remodels.
So we literally don't have a choice in the matter. So,
and then the other thing is, why remodel X thing that isn't JJK? Anything that was owned by the claimant, we removed out of an abundance of caution to not have repeat offenses. Nobody snitched on us. I've seen so many people saying this game, so many conspiracy tin hat foil theories, and nobody did it. This is something that has been in the works for a very long time, and they just now decided now is a good time to finally do it. Like, nobody did it. You guys can relax with the tin foils. You can put the conspiracies away, put the pitchforks down. Nobody did it.
Yeah, the most likely thing that happened is just on release we had like 400,000 players, so it's just likely some big shot at the company just noticed it a year later.
Literally, the evidence we were given was from update 1.0. That's how long this thing has been being done. With new remodels and original designs being a thing going forward, does that mean we can have things that are previous limits? Hey, I just answered this. Absolutely, since our designs from here on will be ours and we will have full ownership, at that point the actual kit and everything can potentially be inspired by literally anything, yes, even One Piece. As these brands make their way to Roblox, you're going to see this a lot more commonplace. It's just how things are. Eventually everything will, yes, over time. Because, like I said, that's the current landscape of Roblox. With them pushing in official branding deals, you're going to see more games eventually have to go the AnimeDefenders route. Just our goal is to not make, bad models, and to make models to where you can tell who it is. And this is why we're holding so many polls over models, so you guys can make the models, as much as you like it, according to our abilities.
Yeah, I should mention, like the person who sent us the DMCA, the person who joined our game to gather proof and everything, people are saying like, oh, smaller games won't be affected because they won't know its existence. But that person joined like a game with 1k players, like some JGK outfit game. So it's not really just, you just don't get much players. It's dangerous for everyone involved.
Be encouraging fan-made content. Will it be more of a direct model with stuff like that? Like, will Reimu and Sakuya be changed?
The absolute irony of you saying that. I know you mean Toho, like Tohou, but for stuff like that, just to be on the safer side, we're probably, like I said, this is going to be an overnight thing. This is going to be over the course of like months and months and months and months.
Yeah.
But eventually, everything ideally is DMCA free. So, because the second strike isn't a good one. Because at the second strike, we have to take the game down to fix everything.
Yeah,
so,
if we get to third strike, the game's permanently gone.
Yeah, game's gone.
So if we get 2 strikes, then it's bad.
Ideally, we can fix everything before we get a second strike without having to take the game down. But if we get a second strike, the game has to go down until everything's fixed.
We're gonna also talk about a few things from stage, so a few positive things from stage that you guys might like. And one of them starts with an S, ends with an R. It's 2 words. The last word is transfer. You guys can maybe wait for that at the end of this video. But again, there's a good thing to this, right? A good thing to this is that a lot of the content that we are going to be getting, or that we couldn't get before, My Hero Academia, One Piece, a lot of these other maybe copyrighted animes that was basically very hard to add into the game because of copyright reasons, now that we are forced, or now that they're forced, essentially, to just have remodels for basically every unit, because as you guys heard, 3 strikes, and the 3rd strike is gonna remove the game, 2nd strike is gonna force the game to shut down until everything's fixed. Right now, Anime Vanguards is at the 1st strike. Anime Vanguards needs to fix everything, otherwise they're gonna get taken down. And basically every unit moving forward now is going to be a remodel. This might sound bad at first, but with the quality of the remodels that we're getting, which I am going to be getting to that later, it's also very positive, because now One Piece is not off the table, right? One Piece is not off the table. Naruto, Boruto, any single anime, not just anime, franchise, movie that you could think of is now not off the table. Literally anything that you could think of is off the limbs, or not impossible to get added. Basically, it's in the table as long as people want it enough. That is the main advantage of this. Again, even though the models could be an issue, the things that they could potentially add now that the limitation of copyright has been removed are endless. Think of My Hero Academia. Think of One Piece, which is again the biggest anime that people want. Think of other games that have really strict copyright companies. Demon Slayer, again. These are all now possible to be added. Right here, we have a list of the game remodels, concepts. So these are just drawings right now, and they haven't even been essentially VFX'd yet. So this is Sukuna right here. At the very bottom, we have Shiny Sukuna. A lot of people did not like Shiny Sukuna. I kind of did not like Shiny Sukuna as well, because it really doesn't look like Sukuna anymore. And the problem here is they will still try to keep the essence of the character and try to keep the essence, for example, here Sukuna, but they have to make it uncopyrightable, right? So maybe we will run into things where they have the models that we don't necessarily like, but again, there's a trade-off to this, right? There's a positive and there's a negative. But yeah, that's pretty good. Honestly, most of these remodels does look better than the actual models. And if history is to tell us something, you can check some of the older remodels like Kiri. This one's an original model. He's actually a remodel. Rudius, for example, is also a remodel, but you guys probably didn't notice that. So most characters will probably be this quality, and that's honestly a pretty good sign. And again, before I end this video, I want to end with the fact that it is possible for them to add Shiny Transfer. They have confirmed Shiny Transfer, or not really confirmed, but Shiny Transfer is now a little bit more likely. Somebody basically pressed them on stage about Shiny Transfer, and I think there's a chance for Shiny Transfer to get added now. And also, there's going to be 14 units for Update 9. But apart from 14 units that's going to get added in Update 9, they also said that Update 9 might get delayed because they have to rework a lot of these units. So, yeah, that's basically what's happening right now with Anime Vanguards. That's pretty much it for today's video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully, the developers will be able to pull this off. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.